Yeah, yes, we are back, guys. How is everyone? Hope you're all doing good this evening, guys. Big up to everyone in the house. How you all doing right now, guys? Before we start this show, don't forget to please go and smash that like button. I would really, really appreciate it. And subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed already. I've got plenty of viewers that watch my programming quite a lot, but for some reason don't subscribe. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 4K subscribers now, guys. So go and smash that subscribe button, guys, and share the video if you've already subscribed. Don't forget to get your comments in, super chats in, join memberships, whatever you guys want to do, you go and do it. I want to hear from you today, guys. I want to hear from everybody. Should be a good show. We have got a lot to talk about. We got some stuff to talk about Liverpool wise. But firstly, let me just get this over with and talk about the elephant in the room. Should we chat about it quickly? Not too long. I don't want to go on about it forever. Manchester City. They won the treble. They won the Champions League last night. I did the watch along. My watch along was probably more fun than the game itself. It wasn't the greatest game. I don't even think Man City were that good yesterday, but that's not where I'm coming from. Now, there is a lot of bitterness on social media right now. And I'm going to try and not be one of them people. I'm not going to be trying one of them people. Man City are probably the best team in world football right now. Yeah? On the pitch. Right, forget about all... Right, we'll get to it. Forget about everything off the pitch with Manchester City. Let's just talk about what they do on the pitch. They're arguably the best football team in world football. They probably got the best manager in world football. You know, and they're playing beautiful. They don't always play beautiful football. I don't even think this is Man City's best team under Pep Guardiola at all. I think their 100-point Centurion team was easily his best side. But you can't argue how good Manchester City is. And I'm not coming from a salty point of view here. I see a lot of tweets on social media, a lot of things on Twitter. You know, City of this, City of that, 115 charges, stuff, blah, blah, blah. Look, yeah, there's stuff going on behind the scenes, but you can't take away from what they've got. You know, as Liverpool fans, we get really annoyed, really, really annoyed when people try and take away from our achievements. So I'm not going to take away from Manchester City's achievements. No, they deserve the Champions League. We can't sit here and pretend they didn't. They're the best team in Europe. When they destroyed Real Madrid, you just knew they were going to win the title. And I got no, you know, of course I wanted Inter Milan to win last night. I'm a Liverpool fan. I ain't going to cheer Man City on. Of course I wanted Inter Milan to win. Every rival would do the same thing. Big up Pac-Man in the chat. If Liverpool played in the Champions League final yesterday, I'm sure he'd want the rival team to win because that's the nature of football. That's what it's meant to be. But I've got no bitterness and saltiness against Manchester City. They're the best team in world football right now, and the whole of Europe. This is not just Liverpool. I know this is a Liverpool channel, but the whole of Europe have got to catch Manchester City. It's not just Liverpool, guys. It's not just us. The whole of Europe has to catch Man City. Now, I was watching other Liverpool channels last night, going back after my watch along and watching other people. They took how a lot of Liverpool YouTubers took the thing of Man City winning, and it's not the end of football. People keep saying, "Oh, football's dead now because City's won the Champions League." It don't look. Football goes in cycles, guys. I'm sure another team's going to come along. It's going to blow the City team away eventually. Football goes in circles, man. It goes in circles and in cycles. Sorry, and people will come back, you know. But the whole of Europe needs to do better. The whole of Europe needs to do better. It's not just Liverpool, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, the Milan sides, Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United. All these teams have to elevate their game now to try and beat this Manchester City side under Pep Guardiola. I always said once Man City win that Champions League and they taste what that Champions League is like, they're going to be hard to stop going forward. And now you hear reports coming out today, that Sheikh Mansour is going to give Pep Guardiola 300 million to spend in the summer. So a team that has just won the treble is going to receive a £300 million for summer transfer signings because they've tasted Champions League now. They've tasted the European Cup. This is what Pep Guardiola was brought in for. This is what the project at Manchester City has always been about. European royalty, European success. That's what they're about, and that's what they want. And they ain't going to stop until they are the ultimate team in Europe. And now they've tasted it, we're all in trouble. We're all in trouble. You know, we're all in trouble, and you know we've all got to put our. It's ain't just a Liverpool point of view. I'm talking about everyone in Europe, guys. We've all got to get. We can't just sit here and let City take over the world because that's what's eventually going to happen. The only other team that can match City in this country is probably going to be Newcastle in a few years. You know, we can't. You know, everyone's got to start spending, in my opinion. Everyone has got to start spending. Everyone, everybody. You know, Liverpool got to spend money. Chelsea have got to spend money in the right positions and the right areas, not just waste it. Man United have got to spend money properly and not just waste it. Arsenal have got to spend money. Everyone's got to spend money. Bayern Munich. This is why, I watched Inter Milan yesterday, yeah? Inter Milan were terrible. Right. Firstly, before I move on, Inter Milan, right? Lautaro Martinez is the most overhyped, useless striker I have ever seen in my life. Can people never, ever come to me with Lautaro Martinez's claims again? No one ever come to me ever again. Ever about him. He is absolutely dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Absolutely. He is absolute shite. I never want to hear his name ever again. Ever. The man is terrible. Lukaku on Man City's payroll. I think that's very obvious from last night. Lukaku is definitely on Man City's payroll. Last night proved it for me. Awful. And then the substitutions Inter Milan brought on. And I was thinking about it today and I was looking at it. I reckon Aston Villa could spend more money than Juventus, Inter Milan and AC Milan combined. I reckon Aston Villa could spend more money than Juventus, Inter Milan and AC Milan combined if they wanted to. And I bet they can spend more on wages. The English football is so much money now. This is why the European giants in Europe, your Barcelonas, Juventuses, your Real Madrid, your Milans, your Bayern Munich, apart from Bayern Munich, a lot of these teams want the Super League because the English League is so rich that these teams can afford to buy players. And, City ain't going to stop, man. City are not going to stop. City are they're a world at their own at the moment. Look, I understand everyone in the chat as well talking about the 115 charges. Big up, my friend. On one LFC TV Cup. Good work. Big up to you, my man. Big up to you. Thank you very much. The charges are the charges, guys. 115 charges. It is what it is. They've not been found guilty of anything yet. If they found guilty of stuff, we'll talk. There's a conversation had. All this goes out the window. But right now, they're just allegations. Does anyone in the chat really think anything's going to happen? Does anyone in the chat really think anything's going to happen with Man City and these charges? Or do you reckon it's just going to be forgot about and just gone? Let me know in the chat right now. I personally think by the end of next season, they would have forgot about it and nothing's going to happen. So if nothing's going to happen, it's just allegations. There's no point bringing it up. You know what I mean? Unless they're proved guilty. If they're proved guilty, man, we got a conversation to have. We're going to go to town. We're going to go to town. But until then, no, of course not. No, not anytime soon. See, I just don't think anything's going to happen. Brown paper envelopes everywhere. You know it. Has anyone ever seen that the FIFA documentary on Netflix? If you've not seen the FIFA Uncovered, I think it's called, on Netflix. If no one's watched that yet, please go and watch it. It's brilliant. They literally do corruption in front of you, right? They put the cameras in front of them, and they're literally doing corruption in front of you. They don't care. Platini voted, I believe it was for the United States to have the World Cup. He went into an office after his vote. He went into an office and come out and went, "I'm voting for Qatar." It was hilarious. And we all know what's happened to Platini. You got brown envelopes slid under the table. Do you know what I mean? He's like, "Yeah, Platini, look under the table." What? Look under the table. Shit. How much? Yeah, that'll do. It's so bad, man. Oh, right, man. Right. Let's forget about Man City. Let's talk about Liverpool Football Club. What we're all here to talk about. So, the world of Twitter. Liverpool Twitter went a bit mad the last 24 hours because David Lynch put out a tweet come out. I've not actually gone and found this David Lynch tweet. Now, David Lynch tweeted, I believe, I can't remember, I think it was Anfield Talk or something like that the other day. He tweeted someone back who tweeted Anfield Talk about apparently something he said that they quoted him on. Apparently, Lynch said them men quotes were quite old and probably are not relevant now. So I don't know if what Lynch said the other night is anywhere near true or anything like that. So apparently Liverpool are going to be looking at other areas of the pitch, mainly in defence, and that will stop any massive signings in midfield, which for me is a madness. Now, I'm glad they're looking at the defence, don't get me wrong, because the defence needs massive work. You know, it's all over the shop right now. All over the shop right now. It's just, it's mad. It's absolutely mad. The defence is, Van Dijk is, we don't know what's happening with Virgil there. We have no idea what's going on with Virgil there. Hopefully, he's having a better season next season. There's not a problem. We know Joe Gomez, not the best at the moment. Matip, he might be leaving. Nat Phillips is going to leave. Reece Williams is going to leave. We've got players that are going to leave this football club that need it going, right? So I agree that Liverpool should be looking at a defender, definitely. But that shouldn't stop them also buying another midfielder. And I agree with everyone. Look, I've said it for a while now. I've never been the biggest FSG hater like a lot of people are, right? But I go back to videos I've said towards the end of the season. I said FSG need to leave. If they can't improve this football team, FSG need to leave. It's as simple as that. If you can't improve us, don't stay, because we can't stay stagnant. So I'm good at finding a defender, guys. I'm good at finding a defender, but that shouldn't limit us to buying only one midfielder this season, because that'd be criminal. Absolutely criminal. So the quote from David Lynch is, Liverpool are keen to address other areas in their side, including the defence, and therefore wary of overpaying for any midfielder signing. And that's the issue. They're wary of overpaying for any midfielder signing. And then you got talks today. What is it? The other day, today, I think I found more quotes here. Let me get them up for you. Liverpool do not want to be dragged into a bidding war for Romeo Lavia. While talks have been held with his representation, the clubs want guarantees that the Southampton midfielder only wants to come to Anfield before pursuing a deal this summer. So, by the look of it, by my understanding, this is from Lynch again, a very renowned source is Lynch. Very renowned source, probably up there with Paul Joyce at the moment. He has said basically what it sounds is like that Liverpool want Lavia. Liverpool are very interested in Lavia. That's the player they actually want, right? So if they want Lavia, but they don't want to get dragged into a bidding war with him. Now, I can understand why you don't get dragged into a bidding war because you don't want to overpay for a player. I get that. I I don't actually mind that. I wouldn't want to overpay on something. If I want something, yeah. If you go shopping, guys, yeah, or you're on eBay, anyone who does eBay, yeah, say you do the online, eBay sort of shops and all that online, any kind of bidding shops online, yeah, and you're bidding for an item and you really want it, yeah, that's the item you want, but you've got a max ceiling which you can go to. You don't want to go over that price for that item that you're bidding for because you don't feel it's worth it going over price for it. So you've got a stopgap, ain't you? You got somewhere where you go to. You're not going to go look. You're not going to go on eBay and buy, you know, a retro PlayStation 2 for like 200 quid, are you? Because that'd be madness. Because it's not worth it, right? That'd be madness. So Liverpool are obviously very, very much in for Lavia. It looks like that's the player Liverpool want to buy next in midfield is Lavia. So Mac Allister and Lavia, they're the two they want, right? But they don't want a bidding war. Now, Southampton just got relegated, so a lot of Premiership teams, Premier League teams, and probably some teams overseas and that, I'll probably go be looking at it and going, right, Lavia got relegated with Southampton. He's a good player, young, he's got massive prospects, he's got a bright future. He could be a heck of a player. We could probably get him for a good price. There's probably some negotiation there because Southampton just got relegated. Also, next season, City have got that buyback clause. So Southampton always are going to be in a position where they're going to want to get as much for the player as possible because of City's buyback clause the following year. So Southampton want to make sure they get a good deal this summer. So that's what you got to look at. That's what you got to look at. If Lavia to Liverpool is worth 40 million, then if Southampton want 60, you walk away. It's as simple as that because Lavia's not a 60 million pound transfer. It's a 40 million pound transfer. If another team comes in and matches Liverpool that offer, Liverpool have to make sure they get the work done now. And these are the sort of transfers that happen behind the scenes. We hear this from the club quite a lot, especially Jurgen Klopp, because he's the face of the club. So he's the one who does the talking. So this is who we listen to. And he always says Liverpool go in for players knowing first that they want to join Liverpool. If they want to join Liverpool and they're going, right, I like the project. I'm interested in the project. I want to work. I want to work under Jurgen Klopp. I want to work for Liverpool Football Club. I can see myself at Liverpool Football Club being successful in the next few years. I understand the project. I know we might not win straight away, but in the future it might look rosy. Then Liverpool will go for that footballer. You heard the Mac Allister transfer. Mac Allister in his interview saying he spoke to Jurgen, he spoke to Liverpool. He loved the project that they put in front of him. He's not stupid. He probably knows Liverpool ain't going to be maybe winning straight away, but in the years to come with the project there. And he's like, yeah, I'll come to the club. Maybe he got more assurances that Liverpool go buy players as well. I don't know. Maybe you got some more assurances that you're not the only one. We're bringing in Mac Allister. Alexis, we're bringing in more players as well. We want you to join, this club. We got this future planned out. We got Jurgen there. It's interesting. It's an interesting one. Now, the Kone one is what everyone's got all their knickers in a twist about. I don't know if you can say that saying anymore, but I said it anyway. So a lot of people have got their knickers in a twist about the Kone transfer. Now, I will say here, I will admit, when I saw the deal for Kone, what his wages are at Mönchengladbach at the moment. I think he's on like less than 20 grand a week at the moment, something like that. His age profile, his skill set and all that, and what his transfer value is. I'm like, that's a Liverpool signing all day long. That is an FSG signing if I've ever seen one. Kone screams FSG signing, don't he? I think we can all agree. And I think that's maybe why, fans on Twitter and Liverpool fans at the moment are getting a bit confused about this transfer, because we're heavily linked with Kone. And, I think I was talking to Scraps on Twitter, big up Scraps. And he was probably right. I was probably wrong what I said on Twitter. So big up to you, Scraps. I can admit when I'm wrong. So Liverpool, what confuses me about this, yeah? What confuses about it, right? If Liverpool like Kone, and he's only that 30 to 40 million pound transfer fee, which is an FSG transfer fee all day long, he's at the right age profile, the right skill set, the right attitude. Wages won't be a problem. Contract won't be a problem. You could make money back on Kone in 3 years if it don't work out like that. Easy, no problem. Be a very wanted player around Europe. If Kone didn't work out, you could easily make money back on him. I don't get why Liverpool aren't going in all in on this transfer. I will admit, as I slept on it, I don't understand why Liverpool are not all in on this transfer unless they don't want a project player right now. Unless Liverpool just don't want a project player. But then why are they interested in Lavia as well? Unless they only want one. This is the thing. Maybe Liverpool don't want too many project players in their midfield next season. Stefan Bajcetic is basically a project player. Harvey Elliott's still like a project player. Lavia, if you bought him in, is almost like a project player because of his age. Mac Allister's not. Mac Allister's a full-fledged player, 24, 25 years of age. So maybe Liverpool looking at it and thinking, if we get Kone in, who's at around that age as well, that's, a lot of very young midfielders in our squad. It'd be Kone, Elliott, Stefan, Curtis Jones. That's quite a lot of young players in our midfield area. Yes, it might be great in a few years' time, but next season where we need to have a good year, maybe it's not the right choice. And that's the only thing I can think about. Maybe that is the only reason. Maybe they want Lavia more than they want Kone. Maybe they want Lavia more than they want Kone. But the transfer fee, and then what I don't get, and this is the other thing I don't get, right? So, Ward-Prowse. So, there's articles today linking Liverpool with Ward-Prowse, right? Linking Liverpool with Ward-Prowse. Now, I don't mind Ward-Prowse as a player. I think he's actually a better player than people think he is, right? And I think coached properly, I think Ward-Prowse could be a very good player, yeah? I think if Klopp got hold of Ward-Prowse, I think Klopp could make him quite a decent footballer. I really do. But what makes no sense to me whatsoever is that Liverpool are willing, if rumours are to be true, to spend 52 million on Ward-Prowse, but not the 30 million on Kone. Now, does that make sense to anyone else in the chat? Does that make any sense to anyone in the chat? Because it makes no sense to me whatsoever. It's like when we spent 65 million on Darwin Núñez. No, I like Darwin Núñez. I think he could get if given the right attention, I think he can be a very good player for us. But they spent 65 million on Darwin Núñez. No problem. No problem. Yeah. Then obviously the 40 odd million on Gakpo. No problem, right? But you got him there. You got Kone there, who's 30 odd million, 35 million to 40 million, yeah? He's younger, he's probably got a higher ceiling, he's quick, he's mobile, he can carry with the ball, he can defend, he can attack. His wages are only like 20 grand a week at the moment at Gladbach, But Liverpool are not interested. There's reports saying that Liverpool are not interested in him any longer, but now are interested in Ward-Prowse, who's 52 million, who would be more in wages, more of the finished article than Kone, obviously, but doesn't have the high ceiling that Kone does, and Kone would be less in wages. Help this make sense. Help this make sense. This is what I'm saying. It don't make sense, does it, guys? It makes no financial sense to me whatsoever. Big up Ends in the chat. Hope you're doing, man. Ends, ain't you got? I thought you had a video out, man. I thought you had a show on. Big up Ends in the chat. Don't forget to go and follow my man Ensman TV, guys. Go and follow him, guys. Don't forget to smash that like button. We've got 220 people in the house. Let's get them likes up on the way. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, guys. We're closing in on 4K subscribers. We are not too far away now. We are almost on 3,900 subscribers. We're 11 subs away, guys. So if you haven't subbed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button, guys. All Liverpool content, guys. I'm going to be working through the summer. I'm going to be covering the whole pre-season. And then from the start of the brand new season, I'll be doing every single Liverpool watch along through the year, even 3 o'clock kickoffs. And match previews, match reviews, transfer rumours like we're doing now, Liverpool debates, all that sort of stuff, breaking news, all that stuff, guys. Make sure you smash it. Oh, big up Ends. Hope you're doing well, man. You still at work, man. Yeah, go and subscribe to Ends' channel, guys. Go and subscribe. So it's an interesting one with the Kone stuff and the Ward-Prowse stuff. It confuses me what we're doing this summer, and this is why I've titled this video, "Our FSG go ruin our summer." Now, I don't want to go early on this, to go too much in depth. Look, we've already bought a player in it, Alexis Mac Allister. I'm sure myself, I'm proper happy about that. I think he's a superstar of a footballer. I think a lot of you guys in the chat are probably happy about that. I literally think if Liverpool didn't buy Mac Allister, I think City would have snapped him up. And if Man City would have are looking round him, then I think we've got a player there. I really do. I think if Liverpool didn't buy Mac Allister this transfer window, I really do think Man City would have. He's a tremendous little player. And I like him, man. I like him. I'm glad we got him. On 35 million, look, it's a great deal. Whatever the transfer, even if it is a £55 million transfer with add-ons, it's still a great deal, in my opinion, considering what midfielders go for these days. It's a great transfer. It really is. We are six subscribers away from 4K. We hit 4K on this stream, guys. I might even cry. You might make me emotional. If we somehow hit 4K on this stream, you guys are beautiful. You're legends. You really are. You're beautiful legends. The Thuram thing's gone quiet, Andrew, which sometimes is a good sign. Now, let's talk about Thuram. Are Liverpool interested in Thuram? Is Thuram the one? Now, if I had a choice between Kone and Thuram, what I've seen, I'll go for Khephren and Thuram. What I've seen, let me know in the chat, guys, what you would rather. If you had a choice between the two, would you buy Kone or Thuram? Now, I know a lot of people were saying, why can't we buy both? Why can't Liverpool just go and buy both, Kone and Thuram? And, you know, I've had people on the panel on the show in the last few days as well, and talking to people on Twitter and stuff like that. There's a lot of Liverpool fans who don't think Thuram and Kone would work together in our midfield, and it wouldn't make much sense. It should be one or the other. Personally, I'm not sure on that. I think if they're good enough, buy them, basically. I say if I had the choice, I'd get Thuram. I really would. I think Thuram's a stellar player. I think he's a great little player. He's got athleticism. He's got a bit of pace about him. He's got strength. He can be a little bit nasty if he needs to be. He's a great ball carrier. He strikes the ball really well. He's got a good pass in him. He's got good vision. I think he's a tremendous little player, Khephren Thuram. And he's the player, if I was going to be Liverpool this summer and I was only going to buy 2 midfielders, I wouldn't be happy by that, by the way. But if we was only going to buy 2 midfielders and then Thuram and Mac Allister, it's not the worst in the world. But for me, I've said it all summer since the season finished. Liverpool, for me, need 3 midfielders. Now, here's our issue with getting 3 midfielders in. We've got 8 midfielders at the club already. So we've got Thiago, Fabinho, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, Stefan Bajcetic, Mac Allister, Tyler Morton. Who else am I forgetting now? Or is it 7 or 8? What am I thinking? Hendo, Thiago, Fabinho. Curtis Jones, Stefan Bajcetic, Mac Allister, Elliott, Tyler Morton. That's 8. That's 8 midfielders, yeah? That's 8 midfielders, right? If we add another one to that, we go and buy another one, that's 9 midfielders, yeah? Say we go and get Thuram in, that's 9 midfielders. Now, say Tyler Morton goes back out on loan. Before we buy Thuram, say we lose Tyler Morton, so that's 7, yeah? That's 7, all right? And I believe that's our 7 first choice midfielders as well. I mean, you take Tyler Morton out of this, that's 7 midfielders. Then if you're Liverpool, remember, homegrown's important, guys. You actually have to have 4 homegrown players in your matchday squad from next season, right? So Liverpool are going to have to make sure, or is it 8 homegrown players in your squad or something like that? So Liverpool going to have to make sure they buy a homegrown player. So maybe that's why we're looking at Ward-Prowse. And if Ward-Prowse is that 8th player, that's the way it is. So do we need to sell more midfielders? Do we need to sell more midfielders? That's what I'm looking at. Yes, we let Naby go. We let Oxlade-Chamberlain go. We let Milner go. Apart from Milner, the other 2 never played. So, especially Oxlade-Chamberlain. Oxlade-Chamberlain never played ever. So, it's like losing a toenail, ain't it? That's like losing a toenail. But I ain't got a toenail. Who cares? You know what I mean? That's what losing Ox is like. Milner, on the other hand, is a big player because he's been at a club and he's been vital for the club. Naby Keita should have been a great player, but weren't because he never played because he was injured. So really, you're really trying to replace Naby Keita and James Milner in all entirely. Now, if you're being honest, Liverpool only really need to replace Milner and Naby Keita because Ox never played. So Liverpool only need, in Liverpool's eyes, they're only going to buy 2 midfielders. They're only going to buy 2 midfielders. That's what I'm looking at, man. And that's where it keeps us. That's where it keeps us around that 8 figure. I think we used 8 midfielders last season in all different areas of the pitch. 8 different kind of midfield. I think that's how many midfielders do you need in a matchday squad? Remember, a matchday squad's got to be 25, yeah? If we let Nat Phillips and Reece Williams, I think if we let Kelleher and Nat Phillips go, we lose 2 homegrown players, which means we can only have a squad of 22 players registered next season, right? We can only have a squad of 22 registered next season. So if Kelleher goes and Phillips goes, that's a 22 registered squad because of the homegrown ruling, yeah? And under 21s don't count as registered, so you can have quite a lot of under 21 players. And if that's the case, and we only have a squad of 22 registered next season, guys, then we're only buying 2 midfielders because there'll be no room. There'll be no room. And that's mad. I've got a couple of super chats. Let me just read them out. Punjabi, Firmino, big up to you. If FSG only gave Klopp 1 midfielder, he should walk. We'll go over that chat in a minute. Big up Jamie. We need a big squad to compete. We do. Look, you need massive squads, guys. This whole midfield. Look, and Carvalho's another one. Franco 29 James, big up to you. Carvalho is going. Look, that's another one. I didn't really put Carvalho in there. Carvalho is like a mid-tacky midfielder, a number 10. So it's part of that midfield area. Yeah, so he's another one. I said this a couple of weeks ago. The longer Liverpool keep the hold of Henderson and Fabinho, the harder it is to go buy players to replenish this midfield. The longer you keep them, the longer you keep Henderson around in the matchday squad and Fabinho in the matchday squad, you're not going to replace them. Jurgen Klopp and FSG are not going to get the midfielders we need if Hendo and Fabinho is there. Fabinho plays the 6. Hendo can play the 8. Hendo can also play the 6 at certain times. Klopp's played him there before. I don't want it to happen. I don't want this to happen, but he's played there before. I think Klopp would be very willing to play him there if Fabinho got an injury or needed to be taken out of the team for a while. Stefan Bajcetic can play the 6. Stefan Bajcetic, guys, can play the number 6 position. That's 3 of them. That's 3 defensive kind of midfielders. If none of them are leaving, guys, where's the room? Where's the room? Now, I'm only saying all this because of the articles that are coming out, especially by Lynch, who's up there with your Paul Joyce's and stuff like that. It's very reliable sources. I think Thuram Plettenberg put something out about the Kone stuff. Now, I'm happy, as I said, we bought Mac Allister, so I'm really happy about that because Mac Allister's a quality little player. So I'm not gonna pretend we're the only Premier League team that really buy someone at this moment in time. So I'm happy with that. It's a long summer. The under-21 tournament could be a problem as well. You've got to remember this. I believe the under-21 tournament starts soon and ends in early July. So, people like Kone and stuff like that and Thuram and all that, they're at the under-21 tournament. So it's going to be hard buying them kind of players right now because they're at the under-21 tournament. And they won't be back till, the second week in July? It's going to be hard to get these players in, man. It's going to be hard to get players in. Jamie, I remember you saying about Mac Allister during the World Cup. He was cooking. Yeah, no, I was watching him, man. No, he's good. I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. We have 8 mids, but only 3 maybe who will play. Yeah, but they're all going to take match day squads. This is the thing. I was arguing about someone on this on Twitter. And I wasn't arguing with them. It's just like, the people were saying, like, who's the 8 midfielders? And I named the 8 midfielders. Like, I just named them to you now. And they said, like, people like Curtis Jones and Elliott are not, first team players and all that. And I went, they're squad players. Harvey Elliott played over 40 games last season. Curtis Jones has played, 100-odd games for Liverpool. These are squad players. They are, as in Liverpool's eyes, the future. They're not going anywhere. The only one you can feel like is not going to be a squad player next season is maybe Tyler Morton. Maybe Liverpool look at Tyler Morton and go, no, you're not ready. You go out on loan next season to free space up. We need to free space up. Space needs to be freed, guys. Tyler Morton, look, if Tyler Morton don't go on loan next season, guys, and stays at the football club, he will be in the matchday squad. Don't you worry about that. Tyler Morton will be in the matchday squads. He will be used next season, because we need numbers. So if you don't let them go, you can't bring more in, guys. Remember, if we let 2 homegrown players leave this summer and we don't buy a homegrown player in, we can only register a 22-man squad of over 21-year-olds. Can only register a 22-man squad. So if we can only register a 22-man squad, how are we going to fit all these midfielders in if we don't let people go? This is the problem we're going to have, guys. The problem we're going to have. Big up John in the chat. Sorry, man. John, going alone tonight, man. Going alone tonight. But we'll get you on again soon, man. FSG are going to F us over this summer. Facts. It's not midfielder, it's an attacker. I agree. But he plays in that midfield role, don't he? I mean, let's face it. What is time will go do for us? Honestly, I agree. But does anyone not believe he's going to not be in the matchday squad if he's not at the club? If he stays at the club, he's going to be part of that matchday squad, guys. He just is. We are 1 subscriber away from 4K, by the way. We are one subscriber away from 4K. Jesus Christ. You guys are beautiful. You guys are absolutely beautiful. We're literally one subscriber off 4K. We're on 3,999 subscribers right now. You guys are beautiful. You know that. I love you all. If I knew all of you, I'd give you all a big hug. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jenny was asking how to buy a membership. There should be a join button. There should be a join button. There should be a join button. I've just hit over 4,000 subscribers, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. Wow. Wow. Cheers, guys. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love, guys. Thank you very much, everyone who's just subscribed. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome, everyone who's just subscribed. Welcome to everyone who's just subscribed to the channel, and I hope you enjoy it. I really, really do. Hope you all enjoy it. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. And look, guys, I'll do everything in my power to make you enjoy this show. You know, if you're new here, I do quite a lot of shows, guys. Go onto my homepage after this video and go and check out all my videos, guys. You see, I upload. I do a lot of lives. Most of my stuff is all lives. I don't really do pre-recorded, but you know, I'm usually live every day of the week, guys. Multiple videos. You know, there's going to be a lot of stuff, guys. Soon as the season starts again as well, it's going to be a bit of time off in the summer. Of course, there is. Got things to do with family. I've got kids and a wife and stuff like that. So it's the summer holidays coming up very soon. So, you know, I'll have a little bit of time off for the summer, recharge the batteries. But when the new season starts, guys, and pre-season starts as well, you know, I'll be back full time. Don't you worry about that. I won't let any of you down. Big up to all of you. I really do appreciate it, guys. You made me a bit teary. Big up to every one of you. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much, guys, for the nice comments as well. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Wow. Wow, I'll have to do a 4K Q&A stream, won't I? Cheers, Jenny. Thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate it, man. I do appreciate it all. Thank you. Sorry, you've knocked me back a little bit here, guys. I ain't gonna lie. You knocked me back a little bit. I'm a bit, yeah. You've knocked me back a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Thank you very much. Wow. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Webby. Webby's been here since day one. Been here from the start. You're just the best around. Big old Webby. Webby's been here since day one, man. I don't always see Webby in the chat, but Webby has been here since day bloody one. So there's a lot of you. John, Redbird, a lot of you have been here since day one. You know what I mean? And I couldn't do this without all you guys. You are, you guys are, you're beautiful. I can't. I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you. I love doing this, guys. I absolutely love doing this channel. I always have done. You know, I started. No one knows my story. There's a little video on my channel that you can go and check out. It's with my daughter Penny. Go and check that out if you've not checked it out. It's only like an 8-minute video. It's on my homepage. Go and check it out. It's basically the story of why I did this. You know, and yeah, I've just grown to absolutely love it. I love doing this, you know. I love talking to you guys in the chat. You guys are I can't use all my friends, all 4,000 of you. I think you're beautiful people. We have good debates. You know, we have passionate debates. No one ever gets out of order. You know, I'm never out of order to any of you. You never out of order to any of me. We have passionate debates. Sometimes I'm wrong. You guys correct me on stuff. We don't call each other names or anything. I have a panel of guests on. You know, I have a lot of people. Look, I'll give Jenny. Let's talk about Jenny. That Jenny comes on my channel in the call-ins. You know, we give her a voice on the channel, and because of that, she hit her milestone and got monetized. So big up to Jenny in the chat as well, by the way. Kloppish is her channel. Kloppish, go and check her out. She's been monetized now, you know, and that's massive for her if you know her story. You know, we gave her a voice on the channel, and you know, and it's for all you guys. You know, it's for everyone. This channel's for everyone. I'm just a host. I'm just a host. But big up to all of you. Big up the mic. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. I really do believe it. Appreciate it. Sorry. Thank you. I don't believe it, to be fair. I mean, it's mad. Always enjoy your stuff, James. Big up, bro. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll be doing the live. I'll be doing the show for when the fixtures come out on Thursday. Don't you worry about that. Madonna celebrations. 5K next year, definitely. Big up to all of you guys. Yeah, guys, I appreciate. Thank you to all of you. Really big up to everyone. Channel is a fantastic community. Yes, yeah, the community in this channel is what I tried to build. You know, I tried to build the community in this channel to be what it is, and you know, I try and come on this channel with a bit of a mature head. You know, I'm 41 years of age, so I try and come in here with a bit of a mature head. Sometimes I let that slip and I go a bit ballistic. I've had my rants on this channel, as you know. I try to bring a bit of comedy to the channel sometimes and things like that. But yeah, I try and my best to bring a good community here. And big up to you as well, Aaron. Good man. You're a good man. Big up John Conway, super as well. Big up to you, my friend. I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Big up John, buy yourself a drink, mate. Well done, 4K. Big up to you, John. Thank you very much, guys. You know, the show wouldn't last without you, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, and thank you for helping me on my way to 4K as well. Ends, I do appreciate it, man. You know, I really do appreciate it. Likes of Ends there. A geezer fan, like we met on here, and another massive Liverpool fan. Good bloke as well, family man. Go and check him out. Another friend of the channel, another friend of mine from the channel. Go and subscribe to his stuff as well. We're all one Liverpool community, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate it all, guys. Really, really do. Really do. Get the flares out. Oh, don't. I know. I look after myself. I look after myself. You think I look young now? You should have seen it when I was about 21. I was trying to go out to the pubs and the bars and all that. I looked about 12. You know, it was a nightmare. Big up, Colin. Congratulations, you deserve it, pal. All the very best going forward. Thank you very much, Colin, as well. Has been here for a long time as well. Big up, yeah. Big up, John. I think John was the first member on the channel as well. Big up, John. Just 4,000 get a price. I'll resubscribe under a different name. Big up, Jeff. Big up, David, in the chat. Thank you very much. To be honest, I thought you were much older, mate. Cheeky git. Oh man, I've forgotten where I was on this show now. What was he talking about? What was he talking about? The disaster of the ownership, weren't it? The disaster of the ownership. Let's get back to it. Let's get composed again, and yeah, let's get back to it. Let's get them likes up as well, guys, if we can. I'd appreciate it. Let's get them likes up if we can. My light is a bit. Why is my light so dull? Let me just sort my light out. Here we go. Right. Composure. Whoa, that's so bright on my face. Jesus Christ, what is going on here? I'll close that. Close that curtain. There you go. I've got a shiny forehead. You see where I'm sweating? FSG is great. Is that what I said, Enz? I couldn't remember. Is that what I said? FSG is great. I think you last said. FSG, FSG, FSG. Yeah, Queen Jenny, definitely. Queen Jenny, definitely. Let's get the rant in. Oh, man. I don't know if I got it in me to rant now because you guys, you guys are beautiful. FSG, FSG. Can you imagine that chant? Has anyone ever done that chant? No, this summer, though, in all fairness, guys, this summer is so important to this football club. So important. They need to have a good summer. They really do. We can't fall behind anymore. We are falling behind too much as it is right now. You know, you've got Arsenal are back up now. You know, Arsenal are looking at Declan Rice. You know, Arsenal got Odegaard in their midfield. They've got Thomas Partey in their midfield. Looks like Xhaka's leaving them, but they're looking to get Rice in as a replacement. You know, they'll probably be pretty decent again next season. Newcastle, look, the rumours with Newcastle is that they can only spend £100 million this summer because of financial fair play. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumours going round. That's the rumours going round. Now, if that is true, Newcastle are in a bit of trouble. But, you know, Man United are going to spend money because Man United spend money. That is what Man United do. They spend cash and they pretend that they don't. You know, they're going to spend money. Chelsea are probably going to spend money. Pochettino's there now. Good coach. Good with the youngsters. Probably develop a few. They're going to spend money. You know, it's just Liverpool have to get this summer right. Big up, John. Thank you very much, my man. You don't have to do that, John. Congratulations on 4K, mate. You deserve it. It's been with you from day one and always be. You helped me a hell of a lot, mate. Thank you very much. You helped me a hell of a lot. Thank you very much, mate. Yeah, John, you've always been here as well, my man. I forgot about you, everyone. And sorry, my head's so cloudy at the moment. But yeah, big up, John, as well. Thank you very much. Yeah, John was, you know, when I did my first ever live, what, 2 years ago? I think John was in the chat. So yeah, big up, John. Yeah, I don't know if that Newcastle thing's true either. It's just something I read from quite a big source. So I don't know if that's true or not. Probably not. They're probably going to spend. I think what he meant is they can only spend £100 million per player. I think that's more what they meant by it. But Liverpool got to get this summer right. And we know what we need. Look, I think most of the Liverpool fans, us here right now, you guys in the chat, me chatting right now, I think we can understand that we can't do everything in one window. I think we are at an understanding that, look, we can't change everything in one transfer window. That's impossible. And I get it. That is. You know, we can't go and get 3 midfielders, 2 defenders, a centre-back and a right-back, another goalkeeper, another forward, you know, a left-back. We can't get everything in one summer. I understand that, but we need to put quite a dent into the team. And as I say, I'm with you guys as well. I'm not beside when I'm saying about the midfield options, guys, and who we got in our midfield. When I'm talking to people on Twitter, when I'm talking to you guys on the channel like I am right now, I'm not sticking up for FSG or anyone like that, because in my opinion, right, this is where I come from, yeah, as a fan, yeah. So Jurgen Klopp's our manager. Love Jurgen Klopp. I had my problems with him last season because he weren't doing his job well enough, in my opinion. And I think Klopp lost a bit of sparkle. I think Klopp lost a bit of passion. I think Klopp lost a bit of fire last season. It went out of him. He was subdued for the whole year. Too many arguments with people all the time. Arguing with Agbonlahor on Talk Sport. Arguing with referees. Arguing with FA. Arguing with the Premier League. Arguing after everyone. And it weren't him. It was something wrong with him last year. But I believe, look, if Klopp is, this is where I come from, yeah? Let me get this right. So if Jurgen is sentimental, we know Jurgen is sentimental. He has his favourites. We know that. There's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of managers do, right? But this is where the owners, for me, strong ownership and a strong sporting director need to come in and go, look, Klopp, I know Henderson's your favourite, but he's 33 now, Jurgen. And we need to get midfield replacements in. If we keep hold of these players, there's no room. We need to change this around, Jurgen. So I know he's your favourite and he's going to piss you off and you're going to hate us and you're going to hate us for it. And you might talk about us and all that stuff. But we're going to let Hendo go. We're going to let Hendo go, but we're going to replace him. We've got these players lined up that can come in for Hendo. You see, Fabinho for us has lost it. He's not the player he once was, Klopp. So, Jurgen, so what we're going to do, we're going to get a player in that can take Fabinho's spot for you. It shouldn't all be left down on the manager. You know, you can't let them... in the world of football now, managers are not managers anymore. They're coaches, yeah? You know, because you don't manage everything. You coach the first team. So Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, all these they're basically head coaches of the team. They take the football team and they coach them players. They train them players. They look after their well-being. They get them on diets, all this sort of stuff, and then they work out tactics and formations to win a game of football week in, week out. They don't really manage the wages anymore. They don't really manage the scouting. They don't really manage the transfers. That is dealt with other people nowadays. So, you know, when we talk about these managers now, like your Peps, like your Klopps and stuff like that, they're really coaches. You know, Pep Guardiola don't manage Man City. He coaches Man City. The people behind the scenes take care of everything else. Pep, you want a player? There you go. You know, they're taking care of everything else behind the scenes, including brown envelopes and paperwork and tax returns and stuff like that. Yeah. So Liverpool have to do that a little bit. What I think FSG are doing, which I think is out of order, right? This is where I think FSG are a bit out of order. To be fair, I think they put too much onto Jurgen Klopp and are trying to make him the scapegoat a little bit. I do feel like they're trying to make him the scapegoat a little bit by making him like, it looks like Klopp's in charge of transfers, Klopp's in charge of contracts, Klopp's in charge of this, Klopp's in charge of that. Now, some of that might be a little bit true because I do feel like Klopp's got a lot of power within Liverpool Football Club. Look, these owners have not got the guts. I'm telling you right now, these owners have not got the guts to ever sack Jurgen Klopp, yeah? Jurgen Klopp leaves when Jurgen Klopp wants to leave. It's as simple as that, right? If Jurgen Klopp wants to sign a new contract tomorrow, they're giving him a new contract. They will not sack him. Now, Klopp could get relegated with Liverpool, right? They still wouldn't sack him, right? He would leave when he wants to leave. And so the owners... So Klopp has got a lot of power at this football club. But the owners have got to take a little bit of that power away from me. The owners have got to start acting like owners. You know, they've got to go back to acting like owners, right? And take a bit of power away from Jurgen, yeah? Get a sporting director in that takes a bit of the power away from Jurgen, right? Let Jurgen just coach the team, which he's paid to do. Because let's be fair, when Jurgen's at his best, when Jurgen Klopp's at his best, Liverpool are usually at their best. You know, I had a go at Jurgen Klopp all last season, right? People might go to me in the chat now, Jamie, you was asking Klopp to leave and you was upset with Klopp all last season. Which, you know, how comes you switch like this now? It's because last season, he wasn't doing his job. It's as simple as that. That weren't the Jurgen Klopp. All of us know last season was not the Jurgen Klopp we know. You know, that just weren't, right? For whatever it was, whatever reason it just wasn't the manager we know, right? Let Jurgen Klopp just coach. The owners have got to take more responsibility and take their responsibility away from Jurgen a little bit. You know, take the power away. Yeah, because I do feel they're making Jurgen fall. Like, Jurgen likes Henderson. I don't think Jurgen really wants Henderson to go. Jurgen didn't want James Milner to go, right? He wanted Milner to hang around, yeah? In whatever role it was, he wanted Milner to hang around. You know, he didn't really want Bobby to go, right? He never really wanted Naby Keita to go, guys. Liverpool offered Naby Keita a deal. Navigator turned it down. We weren't out to look to get rid of Navigator. If we could have kept him, we would have, guys. If Navigator accepted, if Navigator accepted the contract we offered him, he'd still be a Liverpool player now. The only one I think they wanted to go was Oxlade-Chamberlain because I think they got fed up with him. But that's where we are at the moment. We don't sell players no more. We used to be great at selling players. I don't know if people cottoned on to the way we did it. And we're like, oh, we ain't falling for that trap no more. We ain't buying no one's buying Ryan Brewster for 23 million. I can tell you that right now. But maybe people were cottoned on to what we were doing. We're selling our scraps for really good money, yeah. So maybe people cottoned on to it. But we don't sell people no more. In reality, Navigator should have been sold 2 years ago. In reality, Oxlade-Chamberlain should have been sold 2 years ago. Henderson's going to be 33 going into this season. Does anyone actually... Guys, by the way, I'm not picking on Jordan Henderson. I've got his book, for goodness sake. It's not like I hate the guy. I've got his book here somewhere. I've got Jordan Henderson's book. I don't hate the guy. I love the guy. I'm just looking at the future of Liverpool Football Club. What I watched of Jordan Henderson last season, unfortunately, I don't think he can do it anymore. And it's not a blight on him. He's going to have the odd few games where he looks good occasionally, but he's just not him anymore. So we need to move these players on, and it feels like we keep a hold of players. I don't get why. We used to sell people really well. And it's for me, the owners are not doing their job right at the moment. This is what I keep saying. The owners need to liven up. I don't get what they're waiting for. I literally don't understand what they're waiting for. Do they feel like Klopp can turn water into wine no matter what? Is that what we're here doing right now? Because if that's the case, Jurgen needs to tell the owners that he can't. Jurgen needs to tell the owners, look, guys, you want to get back to the top, right? You want to start making money again. You guys like your money, yeah? FSG like their money. We know they do, right? You like your money. You're tight with your money. You're blah, 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 blah. Well, you have to invest because I can't keep going on players with one leg constantly. I can't keep having these players around that got one leg, can't give me anything, and you expect me to finish in top 4 all the time. You've got to invest or we're not going to get better. So Klopp has the power to put his foot down a little bit and ask for more stuff. And FSG need to do better. It's as simple as that. FSG just need to wake up. They literally need to wake up and start sorting this club out properly. They know what needs doing. Just get it done. As I said, I don't expect FSG to smash a massive summer out and replace and buy 7 players this summer and fix it all in one summer. I don't think anyone at Liverpool fan does. But what I expect them to do is at least the bare minimum. You know what I mean? The bare minimum at least needs to be done. And that's 3 midfielders and a centre-back. Give me 3 midfielders and a centre-back and I'm happy. Some people might not be. Some people might want a bit more. But I'll be happy at that. At least that's something. You've shown a sign of trying to improve. And you have at the moment, you've got Mac Allister in. So I'll give you credit right now. Look, I don't even know if the transfer window is even officially open yet. And we've got a Mac Allister in. So I'm happy with that. Carry on. Go and find the next player. You've got the under-21 tournament at the moment. It might be quiet at the moment because we've got the under-21 tournament going on. So you think your players like, I think Lavia might be playing in that. Kone's playing that. Thuram's playing in that. There's other players playing in that tournament that Liverpool might have their eyes on. And if they're not available, then I think Gravenberch might be playing in it as well. So if they're not available, if they're playing in that tournament, Liverpool can't really do any business till that tournament finishes. So that's maybe where you see more of the transfers start to pick up. Gravenberch is one that's close as well. Big up, Monts in the chat. How you doing, Monts? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Gravenberch is around. And Gravenberch, I think Liverpool really like him. I feel like, is it open tomorrow? There you go. If the transfer window only opens tomorrow, then there you go. Yeah, big up 4 players. Yeah, big up to you. Big up. Yeah, I agree. Klopp probably needs to do a little, little bit more. Because FSG are lying and carrying pigs. Uh, and just hope that the next 2 years fly by and then they can F off. Big up Ross. I don't think FSG are going anywhere, man. Big up Ian in the chat. Hope you're doing well, man. Big up to you. Not fair on Klopp. He loves Liverpool and the fans. And if he does, yeah. I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying. Liverpool just. I've always been on the thing as well. I'm maybe one of the only Liverpool fans that say this. I don't care how much money we spend, as long as we buy the right players. That don't bother me. Spending money, if we spent 300 million, some people will be like, "Oh, we spent 300 million this summer, we're back." But then the players we bought are all crap. What's the point of spending 300 million? Do you know what I mean? Mac Allister's a bargain at 35, even if he's 55. It's still a bargain in my eyes with players that are going in place, players that are moving around. They're going to be a lot more than that. Mason Mount could go to Man United for 70 million. So even if Mason Mount is 55 million, it's still a bargain. As long as you buy the right. If Liverpool bought Kone, Mason Mount, and Thuram, right, for around 130 million. It's 100, and that's all we spent, right? And then you got a defender in for a free. Say you went and found a Pavard for 20 million, yeah? So you went and got Pavard for 20, 25 million Bayern Munich want for him. So that's 150 million, right? It's 150 million Liverpool has spent. Got 3 midfielders in and a right back, yeah? An international quality right back, right? A World Cup winning right back, right? You got them players in. Some people will still not be happy and go, we needed to spend another 100 odd million. But then we've bought 4 players, and 3 of them are midfielders that a lot of people want. A lot of people want Thuram, and a lot of people want Kone. And if if you don't spend a lot of money on them, then where you guys, what do you need to spend 300 million? I mean, people talk about Barella, right? I watched Barella closely last night. He has not got the pace to play in the Premier League. Barella is slow as shit. He is slow. He can't move. Now, he's got technical quality. There is no doubt about that. He's got technical quality. No issue. No issue with his technical quality. But he's not quick enough. Slow, man. He's so slow. People were talking about getting him for like 90 million, 80 million. Like, no, I'm all right. I ain't touching Barella for 80 million. No way. No way. Not a chance. Not a chance. I'd rather go and get Kone and Thuram for 80 million combined than Barella. I think Barella will struggle in the Premier League. I think Barella's one of them Italian footballers who stay in Italy. I think the pace of the Premier League he might struggle with. Eze's a quality player. Eze's a good one. I feel like Crystal Palace are going to ask the earth for Eze as well. That's the problem. Palace, they don't really need to sell. And if they did, what they go ask for Eze? 70 mil? 60 million? 70 million? I mean, they go look at Mason Mount going to Man United for around 60 to 70 million. Palace are going to be sitting there going, well, he's technically a far better footballer than Mason Mount. Yeah, he's a little younger. He's got a little less experience at the top end of the game than Mason Mount, because Mason Mount has played like Champions League finals and stuff. But they look at it and go, well, he's easily 60 or 70 million. Is anyone going to pay 60 or 70 million for Eze right now? I'm not sure. But yeah, he's a top quality player. Top quality player. Savic is at 25 million value. Yeah. There's quality players out there. This is what irritates me. Yeah, Savic at 25. I'd rather have Savic over Barella. I'd rather have Savic over Barella. I really would. I'd rather have Savic over Barella. I like Barella. I'm not slagging Barella off here, guys. Barella's one of them footballers, are technically a pretty footballer. He's technically a pretty footballer. But I just don't think he's got the energy or the pace to really play for Liverpool. You know, the way Liverpool have to play, especially in that midfield, it's about a lot of energy, a lot of movement. You've got to get around the pitch a heck of a lot. I think Barella will get lost in that. I don't think he fits. I don't think Barella fits what Jurgen Klopp wants to play. If Jurgen Klopp's playing 4-3-3, I don't think Barella fits a Liverpool Jurgen Klopp 4-3-3 in the Premier League. I don't think it works. So yeah, I don't. What I've seen of him, I don't think he's a technically beautiful player. But I just don't think he has enough pace and energy about him to play in a Liverpool midfield. Now, he might have enough pace and energy about him and playing other midfields, but the way Jurgen Klopp plays in a 4-3-3, where you've got to cover so much grass, up and down, sixes and eights, you know, counter pressing. Remember, at our best, the way Jurgen Klopp wants to play is counter pressing football. Yes, Barella did that okay last night against Man City, but he looked really tired after an hour. You know, after an hour of high pressing like that, Barella looked knackered. So that's my only worry. With Barella. But technically, beautiful player. Barella is slower than Elliot. Big up. Punjabi Firmino here. Big up to you, my man. Barella's slower than Elliot, you know. No, I've seen him quite a few times, Scraps, and every time I see him, I just don't think he's would fit us. I don't think he would fit our midfield. As I said, though, technically beautiful midfielder. There's no doubt about it. But I just don't think he'd fit our system. Guys, this is what we got. This is what we got to remember. It doesn't matter if a player is better than what we already got as a footballer. If they don't fit our system, he ain't going to work. It's as simple as that. If he doesn't fit the system the manager wants to play, he ain't going to work. Look at Darwin Núñez right now, yeah? Darwin Núñez does not fit Liverpool's system. So he hasn't really worked yet. Cody Gakpo fits Liverpool's system. Jota fits Liverpool's system. Diaz, Salah, they all fit Liverpool's system under Jurgen Klopp and the way he wants to play straight away. With Barella, it's a lot of money, and people, what will happen is, yeah, I'd be happy. Look, if Liverpool bought Barella, I won't be moaning about it. But what a lot of people would do, if Liverpool bought Barella and he didn't work that first season, a lot of people would then be getting on Barella's back or be getting on Jurgen Klopp's back. Why have you made Barella shit? Why is Barella shit all of a sudden? Why hasn't it worked? So and forth. When he's a technically lovely looking player, but maybe he just doesn't suit our system. There's nothing wrong with saying that. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying that. You know, I think he's a decent player, but he wouldn't fit our system. Not in a 4-3-3. He's not that kind of midfielder, man. He's not that kind of midfielder. Barella as well. You want the team built around Barella as well. You know, you want that team built around him and give him that freedom to show off what he does as well. As I said, he's a technically lovely player. So if you set a team up around Barella and let Barella have the freedom in that midfield to do what he wants, and you don't worry so much about the defensive side of the game, and you change your system, then yeah, Barella will look amazing. If you can change your system and not worry so much about the defensive side of the game from Barella and give him that sort of free role in midfield to let him do what he does at a high level, then Barella would fit. Yeah, no doubt about it. But I just don't see us playing like that next season. I see Liverpool going back to... I think Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool want to go back to that counter-pressing style where what we played under Jurgen Klopp when we was at our very best. 4-3-3, counter-pressing. You know, Klopp said it last season. You know, he likes that counter-pressing style. No matter what formation we play 3-4-3 or 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-2-1 or whatever you want to call it, 4-4-2, 4-2-4, whatever formation Liverpool play, they will always play with that counter, that high counter press style. That will always be there under Jurgen Klopp. That's his DNA. That's the way he likes to play. So no matter what formation in the system, if you continue to play like that, then Barella really don't suit too much. It's a bit like Thiago. Thiago don't really suit Liverpool's system that much. That's why he keeps getting injured, because he has to run so much. That's why Thiago came out, was it last season, and said Klopp showed him how to run, and everyone's really confused by that comment. It's because Thiago's never really had to run that much as a footballer before, because he always played in teams that played like either a double pivot or a combat midfield where he gets protected, so he's allowed space on the pitch. He can pick up space on the pitch and and play the way Thiago wants to play. At Liverpool in a flat 4-3-3. Remember, we don't play a 4-3-3 with a diamond 3. We play a flat 4-3-3 where everyone, so it's like this all the time. So Thiago had to run a lot, which don't help him either. So yeah, it's interesting, but I agree with what everyone's saying in the chat. Look, Barella, I'm not dissing Barella at all. He's a quality little player, but yeah, I wouldn't pay the 80 million for Barella. Let's put it that way. I don't think he's an 80 million pound midfielder. Yeah, Thiago shouldn't have to run. Exactly. If we play Thiago how we should be playing him, I think he gets less injuries. I really do. Thuram and Kone undoubtedly add the legs and aggression I speak of added to Mac. Scraps, I don't think you've seen enough of him. Maybe not Scraps. I can only go with what I've seen. I've not watched him for like 40 games this season or anything like that. I've seen him about 16 times this season, I would say, Scraps. About 16 times this season I've seen Barella play. And every time I've seen him, he's been good. But there's things about his game where I just feel like if you go and play a flat 4-3-3 under Jurgen and play that high press, I just don't know if he's got the energy and pace for that. I really don't know. I mean, I watched him do it for Inter Milan last night. Inter Milan played with a high press for pretty much the whole game, and after about an hour, he looked shattered. So, yeah, I can only go with what I've seen, Scraps. Scraps, if you see more of him, you let me know, man. And I'll go check him out a little bit more, what you're saying. But I can only go by what I've physically seen, my friend. That's all. Jamie, I'm only 7 off 200. Guys, go and subscribe. Get Glasgow Red TV up to 200. He's only 7 off. There's 177 of you here. 70 of you, just go and subscribe. Go and subscribe. Liverpool family. Keep it going. Jamie, do you think Mac Allister will have the best GA out of our midfielders next season? Out of the potential of everyone there, him or Curtis Jones? If I'm looking at potential and what they can do, him or Curtis Jones, I think, yeah. Yeah, him or Curtis Jones. FSG wary of not getting it going, wary of not wanting to spend. Yeah, apparently so. Apparently so. That is the article coming out from David Lynch, I think it is. Is it Darren Lynch? David Lynch? Yeah, good article. Go and check it out, guys. Yeah, he spoke about it on there. So you can only go with what he's saying. He's quite a reliable source as well, to be fair. He's quite a reliable source. So, yeah, we'll see. Mac Allister will get at least 10 goal contributions in the Premier. I reckon he will as well. If we play him in the right way as well. If we let Mac Allister play in the right way, there's no reason for Mac Allister to not get good numbers next season, in my opinion. If we play Mac Allister a bit more withdrawn, in sort of a genie role, it'll be hard for Mac Allister to reach them numbers. But if we can get Mac Allister playing like Gundogan does at City, in my opinion, that's what we should do. We should let Mac Allister be our Gundogan. That's how I think we should play him. And he'll get good numbers. There's no doubt about that. There you go. Just subscribe to John. Big up. Hoping we hear something on the investment front soon. I think they're waiting for what happens with Man United, guys. I literally do. I think they're going to wait to see what happens with Man United. If Man United do get sold, they go look at the valuation of Man United, and then they'll evaluate what Man United went for, and then they'll work it out from there. So Man United gets sold for $6.5 billion. I think FSG will look for about $5 billion, $5.5 billion. Elliot's going to stay, my man. I don't see him going anywhere. FSG wants 70 million players for 30 million. It's never going to happen. Yeah, you ain't much. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Look, when we had Milner, Hendo, and Gini, we all moaned we needed goal scoring mids. Now we want energy again with Thuram and Kone. Yeah, look, that's it. I will say one thing, right? I think if you get a good midfielder and you get him in certain areas of the pitch to score goals, he will score goals. So say a Thuram, yeah? Say you got a Thuram in certain areas of the pitch here in midfield. Thuram will score goals for Liverpool. Say you get Mac Allister in certain areas of the pitch, and you play a system that suits them to get further forward in goal scoring opportunities. They'll score goals. Look at Curtis Jones at the end of last season. We got Curtis Jones playing more advanced up the pitch and got into goal threatening positions, and he scored goals, and he got creative. So if you allow these quality players to do it, these players will score goals. Gini Wijnaldum was a goal scoring midfielder. We just made him a little bit more defensive minded. But if we let Gini go off and, be a bit more attacking, a bit more advanced, Gini would score 10 a season easily. Easily. Jamie had to argue with our own fan base that still drunk the FSG Kool-Aid to try and justify underachieving this season. There's no reason why we underachieved this season. As I said, everyone was in the wrong this season. The owners, the players, and the manager. I think they're all in the wrong. They're all underperformed, and yeah, definitely agree. Yeah, that's so. We need something. The best thing that could happen this summer is FSG sell. We can only hope and pray. Ain't gonna happen, man. Ain't gonna happen. Not yet. Bobby Wood, maybe, yeah, maybe. Bobby's quality. That Curtis brace against Leicester was fire. Yeah, Curtis is a decent player, man. I haven't got a problem with Curtis Jones. I think Curtis Jones is a good squad player. I don't think he's maybe a first teamer, but he's a good squad player. I ain't got nothing wrong with it. You get the right players in, and you're bringing Curtis off the bench in games and stuff. I ain't got a problem with that. Because as long as Curtis performs the level we've seen towards the end of the season, then I ain't got too much of an issue with Curtis Jones. I really ain't. True, I guess we made them more defensive in our system. Yeah, that's the thing. Our system, Gini Wijnaldum, I think scored like 12 goals for Newcastle the season before we bought him. That season. He's a goal scoring midfielder. Look at the goals he picks up for the Dutch team. You get him in areas of the pitch where he could make more advantage. Look at the brace he got against Barcelona because, we brought him off the bench and told him to go and get forward and get into goal scoring areas. And he got a brace against that Barcelona game, didn't he? So, you can do that with quality players. Mac Allister, there's no reason Mac Allister can't get 10 goals in the season for me from midfield. There really ain't. 38 games in a Premier League season? Mac Allister can get 10 goals. He's got the quality. You get him in areas of the pitch where he can affect it, a bit like Gundogan does. There's no reason he can't. There's no reason he can't. When do you think FSG will sell, Jamie? 2025. As soon as Man United are sold, or whatever happens with Man United, I think they're going to look at it like that because they come from the same background as the Glazers do. They know the Glazers. I think FSG and the Glazers know each other quite well and done business before with each other and stuff like that. So they know each other quite well. They know how each other works. They work in quite a similar sort of way. I think they're going to see what they do. If they sell that football club and they see how much it goes for, and the commercial revenue Liverpool bring in right now, what are we, number 3 in the world, commercial revenue-wise? Liverpool will look for a lot of money for Liverpool. FSG will look for a lot of money. And my worry is that FSG will price themselves out of the market. That is my only worry with a sale, that FSG will price themselves out of the market. So they see that if Man United get sold for like 6.5 billion, I think FSG will feel like they should get around the same sort of figure, around that 6 billion mark. And I think they might be overpriced themselves and they won't sell. That is my only worry by it. Jay, what do you think of Fowler saying he thinks Madrid and the PSG are being for Salah this summer? No, I don't. I don't think anyone will be in for Salah this summer. I don't think Liverpool would even sell Salah, to be fair. I think Real Madrid would be after. Look, if Real Madrid get, I think Real Madrid might get Bobby Firmino on a free, and I think they might be looking at Mbappe. Real Madrid want Mbappe, and Real Madrid in the years to come want Mbappe and Haaland. They're the two they want. In 3 years' time, I wouldn't be surprised if Real Madrid have got Haaland and Mbappe and Vinny Jr. as their front line. That wouldn't shock me. In 3 years' time, 3 or 4 years' time, it wouldn't surprise me if Real Madrid's front three is Haaland, Vinny Jr. and Mbappe. So I think that's what they're looking at. Salah is, I think, now at the wrong age for Real Madrid. I think I read somewhere the other day that Real Madrid are they're looking at Bobby Firmino as a free transfer, but for transfers of buying in, I think they're trying to look for a younger age range because they've got quite a lot of older players in their team, ain't they? So I think they're looking for a more a mid-age range. Like 28, something like that. 27, 28. I think the same as Enz. I don't think Salah's ever leaving Liverpool. I think Salah retires at Liverpool. I literally think unless this team, unless we go completely backwards and we don't make the top 4 next season, if we make top 4 next season, Champions League next season, Salah stays. I just don't think Salah leaves Liverpool unless we go completely backwards. Because the older Salah gets, I think the less people are going to come in for him to buy him. You know, Salah at 32, 33, still a good player, but I don't think people will go and invest heavily on a 32, 33-year-old forward at that time. So, yeah, the longer it goes, I think the longer Liverpool stay. Jay, you mind I sent you something to do with a speech involved with someone FSG, basically. What, on Twitter? Jay, you mind I sent you something to do with a speech involving someone FSG, basically. Well, he said, I haven't got anything on Twitter yet. And if Neymar goes, see PSG coming in for Mbappe. Salah can play well into his late 30s, yeah, definitely. The Saudi League, yeah, there's a lot of talk about the Saudi League. Be an interesting one. Imagine if they go and get him in the... Wow, could you imagine? I don't think Salah would go. I think Salah feels like he can win trophies at the highest level still, so I don't see that happening. Oh, I see. This he sent me. And I didn't see anything sent to me, my man. All right. Yeah, send me it, man. And send me it on Twitter and on my DMs, and I'll have a look at it. Jay, I'll send you something. Yeah, send it to me, and I'll read it out, man. Saudi League, Chinese League. on with full government backing. Look, the Saudi League, the difference with the Saudi League is they're not going to run out of money. This is the difference with the Chinese League. Obviously, when China were doing their thing and buying players and putting them on massive wages, it only could go for so long because it was government backed. But the Saudis aren't going to run out of money. They are not going to run out of money anytime soon, so they can keep going and going. Jamie, you sent it on your OnlyFans page. For God's sake. Send it on your OnlyFans page. Can you imagine? Oh, there you go. You sent it to me now. I'll have a look at that, Ant, after, yeah? Cheers, man. Appreciate it. I will watch that after. Cheers, Ant. Send it on your OnlyFans page. That's it, guys. Big up to everyone. So, look. I'm hoping Liverpool do the right thing this summer and get the players in that we need. I'm going to keep quite a cool head about it until pre-season. I'm not going to try and get too worked up about summer. At the moment, we've got Mac Allister in. We're going to hear a lot of these news stories, guys, about this player and that player, and we're going to get excited and go, oh, Liverpool are involved in that player. Jesus Christ, yes. Like people getting really excited at the moment because Chiesa's been linked with Liverpool and stuff like that. And people are like, oh, why can't we get him? He's only 30 million. What a buy he'd be. And I think we just got to chill, see what happens. And if nothing happens, we can all stand on the necks of FSG. Okay? If nothing happens, we can all stand on the necks. But till then, guys, look, let's try and keep cool about it. Let's chill. We've got Mac Allister in the fridge right now. Let's get a few more, see what happens. But look, we're going to be linked to a lot of people. Just let's all calm and breathe and, and just try and chill out a little bit and just try and chill out a bit. But if they don't buy these players in and we got pre-season kicks off and while I'm doing watch-alongs to pre-season friendlies and we got only Mac Allister through the door, I'll be standing with you guys. Yeah, I'll be going nuts. I really will. Big up my man, Gabri Veiga. Signing Lukaku as a centre back. Did well for City last night. And that is the comment of the night. Big up to you, my man. Guys, I am out of here. It's because we keep talking about robbery when we get a good deal. So other clubs looking at it. Yeah, exactly, Jens. Exactly like, whoa, what's going on there? Hang on. Enz is right. Guys, make sure you go and watch Enz's show. I think he's on a bit later when he gets back. So big up to Enz. He's got a big show coming out. Gakpo versus Darwin. What team are you on? Who starts the season? All that good stuff. Should be a good debate over there. I think he might have Savage on and people like that. And just go and check that out later on this evening when that's on. Guys, once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for the 4K subscribers. You're amazing. 4K celebration video tomorrow. Make sure you're joining me. 6 p.m. tomorrow. 4K celebration video. Let's do it. We'll have a beer. We'll have a whiskey. We'll have some fun. Make sure you join me at 6 p.m. tomorrow for the 4K celebration. Let's have a good show. Enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. Enjoy tomorrow, whatever you're doing. Much love to all of you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye for now.